Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a topic named as Roman numerals. Name of the topic I have already mentioned on the board. Now first question is this: what is the meaning of Roman numerals? Roman numerals is a system to write the numbers with the help of some symbols, and this particular system dwelt in ancient Rome. Okay, that particular system known as a Roman numeral system. Now, dear students, whenever we need to write any number in Roman numeral system, we must have the knowledge of some rules. I am going to tell, just see on the board. Dear students, look at here. Here I have noted some symbols and their values. Just for one we have to use this, just like capital I. For 5 we have to use V. For 10 we have to use X. For 50 we have to use the symbol L. For 100 we have to use the symbol C. For 500 the symbol D, and for 1000 we have to use the symbol M. These are some specific symbols. With the help of these symbols we can write any number in Roman numeral system. Now students, after this you must know the most important task that we have to do in Roman numeral system. Just imagine, dear student, we have noted any Roman numeral. Just imagine you want to write any other Roman numeral on right hand side of the given Roman numeral. That Roman numeral, or we can say that the value of that Roman numeral must be added in the given Roman numeral. Second, just imagine you want to write any Roman numeral on left hand side of the given Roman numeral. The value of that Roman numeral which you have noted, which you have written on left hand side of the given Roman numeral, that value must be subtracted from this Roman numeral. Now how this rule we can implement, we are going to study here. See students, some rules I have already mentioned, I have already noted on the board. See here, the first rule: a symbol can be repeated maximum 3 times. Dear student, this is the first rule. Any symbol, any Roman numeral symbol which we are going to use, that we can repeat maximum 3 times. If you repeat more than 3 times, it will be wrong. How it will happen? See, just imagine, dear students, you want to write 20. Obviously students, its value we can write like 10 plus 10. Okay. Now dear students, it means for 20 we have to repeat 10 2 times, and for 10 we have a symbol here X. It means 20 we can write in Roman numeral as X plus X, means double X. Double X. Double X are the Roman numerals for 20 that we can use. It means any symbol can be repeated maximum 3 times. Just one more example I am going to take. Here. Just imagine we want to write 30. Obviously the value will be 10 plus 10 plus 10. Means 10 plus 10, 20 plus 10, 30. It means to write 30, we have to repeat X, which is a symbol specific for 10. We have to repeat that symbol 3 times. X plus X plus X means in Roman numeral we can write 30 as X, 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 like this. It means maximum 3 times we can repeat any Roman numeral 3 times. If you repeat more than 3 times, it will be wrong. Just see one example I am going to tell here. If you will repeat any symbol more than 3 times, it will be wrong. How it will be possible? See here. I am going to take one example. I want to write 40, and according to this I can write 40 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Obviously for 40 I am using 10 4 times in the form of repetition. It means 40 I can write x x x x. But dear students, you know, for 40 it is not an accurate, this is not a logical, because you have repeated x, which is a specific Roman numeral symbol for 10, you have repeated 4 times. But according to the Roman numeral system, we can repeat any Roman numeral maximum 3 times. It means it is wrong. Then what is the specific system to write 40? 40 we can write like this. See, dear students, you know there is a specific value for 50, that is L. If you will subtract from 50 10, you will get 40. Obviously for 40 I am going to use 50 minus 10. It means for 50 we have a symbol L, and for 10 we have a symbol X. Now students, in the beginning of the lesson I have told, if you will write any Roman numeral on left hand side of any other Roman numeral, that value must be subtracted. That value must be subtracted from that given Roman numeral. Here I am using the same 50 minus 10. It means you are going to subtract 10 from 50. Obviously according to the Roman numeral system, you have to shift this x on left hand side of L. It means for 40 XL is the specific way to write 40 in the form of a Roman numeral. I hope students, first rule you are clear. Any Roman numeral can be repeated maximum 3 times. More than 3 times we cannot repeat. Okay, dear students, see the next rule. I, X and C means 1, 10 and 100. The symbol for 1, 10 and 100 can be subtracted. We can subtract. हम इनको subtract कर सकते हैं. How we can do it like this? See here. Just imagine. I want to write 4. Obviously, when I subtract 1 from 5, then I will get 4. Now, dear student, for 5, there is a specific Roman numeral symbol V. Okay? And for 1, like a capital I. Obviously we are subtracting 1 from 5. That's why we have to shift this I on left hand side of V. It means I V is the particular way to write 4 in the form of Roman numeral. For 4 we can use IV. It means I can be subtracted. Okay, now X also we can subtract. Just imagine, dear students, I want to write 9. I can write it as 10 minus 1. Obviously here I am subtracting 1 from 10. The Roman numeral symbol for 10, X is here. Okay, and for 1 there is I. Clear? Now obviously I am subtracting 1 from X here. I can write it as I X. Clear, students? The specific value in Roman numeral system for 9, that is I X. It means here I am telling that we can subtract I from any Roman numerals, but under some specific rules. Here we are studying I, X and C can be subtracted. Now see other examples I am going to tell. Now I am going to tell the example of X and C, that we can subtract X and C also. It means we can write X and C also on left hand side of Roman numerals. Like dear students, I have already given one example on upside also. Okay, just imagine I want to write 40. I can write 40 as 50 minus 10. The Roman numeral symbol for 50 is L and for 10 X, because I am subtracting, okay, 10 from 50. Obviously I have to shift this X on left hand side of X, L. It means we can subtract X also. Now one example for C, because the value of C is 100 is there. Just imagine, dear students, I am going to write 400. I want to write 400 because for 400 we have no specific symbols. If you will try to use C, you have to repeat C 4 times, 100 plus 100 plus 100 plus 100. But according to the first rule, we cannot repeat any Roman numeral more than 3 times. It means to write 400, we have to take the help of 500. The Roman numeral symbol for 500 is D. Now, if you subtract 100 from 500, you will get 400. Now, Roman numeral symbol for 500 is D, and for 100 already C. Because I am subtracting 100 from 500, that's why I have to shift C from left hand side of D. It means C, D is the specific Roman numeral system to write 400. The next rule, dear students, see the rule number 3. B and L cannot be subtracted. B and L cannot be subtracted. Just imagine, I am going to write some examples. See, just imagine I want to write 5. Obviously, dear students, you can write 5 like 10 minus 5. It means for 10 we have this Roman numeral symbol X, and for 5 there is B. According to the rules of Roman numerals, if I am subtracting any Roman numeral from another, I have to write that on left hand side of that particular Roman numeral. It means Vx. I can use to write 5, but this is not correct, because according to the Roman numerals rule, V cannot be subtracted. Then what will be the specific symbol to write 5? Obviously, students, you know the specific symbol to write 5 is V, that I have already mentioned here in the beginning. Okay, for 5. Clear? I hope you have clear. V cannot be subtracted. In the same way, students, L cannot be subtracted. Just imagine I want to write 50. Obviously, students, if you will subtract, okay, 50 from 100, you will get 50. It means for 100 we have a Roman numeral symbol C, and for 50 L. Okay, here I am subtracting 50 from 100. It means for 50 I can write the Roman numeral way LC, but it is not correct, beta. For 50 LC we cannot use, because according to the rule L cannot be subtracted. Then what will be the specific way to write 50? Obviously, you know, students, in the beginning of the chapter I have already told, for 50 we used L. L is the symbol we used for 50. It means we can write 50 with the help of symbol L. This is the correct way. For 50 we use L, and for 5 we use V. But these are not correct way, because V and L cannot be subtracted. Next rule, I can be subtracted from V and X only. Students, it means 1. For 1 we are using the Roman numeral like capital I can be subtracted from V and X only. This symbol can be subtracted from V and X only, not from other Roman numerals. See some examples. Just imagine you want to write 4. Obviously, students, I can use it 5 minus 1. Okay, for 5 we have a symbol V, and for 1 like capital I. Obviously I am subtracting 1 from 5. It means for 4 I can use the symbol IV. Here students, you are observing, here I am subtracting I from V. Upside we are studying the rule, I can be subtracted from V and acts on V. Now see one more example. Just imagine I want to write 9. Obviously students, you can write it 10 minus 1. Okay, 10 minus 1. Okay, for 10 we have Roman numeral value x, and for 1 like capital I, because I am subtracting 1 from 10 under subtraction, and under the Roman numeral system we have to shift that Roman numeral which is on right hand side. We have to shift that Roman numeral on left hand side like this, Ix. I hope you are understanding. For 9 we use Ix, and for 4 we use IV. According to these symbols we are understanding I can be subtracted from V and X only. Dear students, last rule we are going to study. X can be subtracted from L and C only. X is the only Roman numeral which we can subtract it from X and C only. Just imagine I am going to write some examples here. See students, I want to write 40. Obviously dear students, I can write it 50 minus 10. For 50 we have the Roman numeral L, and for 10 we have the Roman numeral X. Obviously according to subtraction I have to shift this X on left hand side of XL is the proper way to write 40. Okay, it means according to this system we are understanding that X can be subtracted from L. But now I am going to tell one example that will show that X can be subtracted from C also. Okay, see one example. Dear student, I want to write 90. Obviously 100 minus 10 equal to 90. Now for 100 we have the Roman numeral symbol C, and for 10 X already. Because I am subtracting 10 from 100, obviously I have to shift X on left hand side of C. It means I can write XC. XC is a way to write 90 in the form of a Roman numeral system. Here students, we are observing XC we use to write 90. According to these two examples, dear students, according to these two examples we are understanding that X can be subtracted from L and C only. I hope dear students you have got the full information of these rules. In the coming videos we shall try to understand how to implement these rules to write greater numbers. Thanks for watching.